Mika from Children of Christ Homeschool. I thought I would come on and show you how I make my veggie burgers. Now, many of you may or may not know that I've decided to take on a vegan lifestyle for the purposes of my health, to lower my blood pressure and to just really be more healthy. And so I'm trying some new recipes, and I thought, hey, I'd share them with you. Now, I don't know exactly what I'm doing, so I cannot vouch for these recipes beforehand. I was a vegan 6 years ago. I lived for 2 years as a vegan. My son was allergic to everything. Oh my gosh. Anything dairy, he was allergic to, and I didn't introduce him to meat until he was about 2 years old. So we basically lived, and because I was nursing him, I could not take any dairy or meat or anything like that. So, yeah, I don't remember it being all that difficult. I think now that I'm a little bit older, I kind of love my fish and shrimp. Don't know how that is. Okay, well, today I'm going to attempt to make a veggie burger. I love veggie burgers. We didn't really eat a whole lot of beef. When we did, we ate grass-fed beef from Whole Foods, and it was an every now and again thing. It wasn't something that was consistent. So mainly our diet consisted of poultry, um, fish and poultry. So I have here, I don't know how this is going to work with my computer. So I'm trying to do this hands free, so I can't use my phone. So my only other option is to use my computer. So I've tried to put it at an angle where you can see me and not have to watch my backside away from the stove and whatnot. So excuse me in advance for that. But what I have here is a couple of cups of organic butternut squash, probably a cup and a half. I didn't do a whole lot of measurements, so I'm kind of eyeballing it here. And here's probably about a cup of mushrooms. Then I've probably got maybe quarter cup of yellow bell pepper. And here is one half of a sweet onion and one stalk of green onion. Then I have probably half a cup to a cup of shredded carrots and as full as I could stuff it, spinach, organic spinach, because what's a veggie burger without vegetables, right? And then to adhere or to make the burger stick together or bind it together, I've got flaxseed. Yum. And as we know, flaxseed is used to make lots of different things. It's very good for you. It's filled with fiber that's going to make you feel full. Um, it's just a good thing to add to your yogurts, to your cereal, to lots of different recipes. So I'm going to be using a lot of flaxseed in a lot of my vegan recipes. Okay, but today I'm using this as a binder. And this is what it kind of looks like. What I did was I soaked the flaxseed in a little bit of alkaline water. And you want to use alkaline water and not tap water or filtered water because you want to be able to maintain the nutritional value of the flaxseed. So make sure that you use alkaline water to do that. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add these ingredients to my, well, actually, I'm going to add all of the ingredients except the onion, except the sweet onion and the green onion. I'm going to save that for the batter for the mixture after. But I am going to go ahead and I'm going to process this in my food processor. I'm going to add the bell pepper, the butternut squash, mushrooms, and all the other ingredients. I'm going to add those to my food processor, which is right to the side of me over here. Don't know if you can see it. Maybe I'll have to like do something like that. Oh, there you go. Okay, so I've got things set up, but now you can't see me, but that's okay. So I've got things set up over here to the side, and I am going to go ahead and start blending and doing some things. So I'll come back on when the batter is complete. So I'm going to pause it for now. Okay, I'm back. Let's see if you can see me now. Here we go. Okay, I'm back. I've blended all the ingredients together. What I have here is the butternut squash, and I'm going to go ahead and scoop that into the batter. Well, let me show you what that looks like. And this is the spinach, the carrots, the mushrooms, and the yellow pepper, all blended up together. And so now I'm going to mix in the butternut squash. Just trying to get everything off. It smells so delicious. Sorry for the banging and clanging. But this butternut squash smells absolutely delicious. I have not added any seasonings or anything just yet. I'm going to do that now. But, it smells good. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just mix this in together. That gives it sort of the consistency of meat. It actually has that exact same consistency of ground turkey. If you were to buy any type of ground turkey, mixing this together is absolutely great. Okay. And this is what it looks like, all mixed in together. Yum. Delicious. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mix in my onion, my sweet onion, and green onion. I'm going to mix that in. Oh, onion. I love the smell of onion. These are going to be delicious. And I love onion in a veggie burger, or a turkey burger when I was eating turkey. So I love the taste of onions. And so now I'm going to grab my seasonings and I'm going to go ahead and put the seasonings in. Got my avocado oil because I'm going to use this to actually fry these. So I'm going to go ahead and put my pan on. Turn my pan on low to get it nice and warm. And I'm going to grab my seasonings over here. I'll show you what I have in a minute, what I'm working with. Okay, I'm going to add some salt. I use the light salt because of my blood pressure and because I still love salt in my food. Okay, so I'm going to use the wide open thing. I'm going to make sure I've got plenty of salt because you want to be able to, salt helps to bring out the flavors in food. So you definitely want to have some salt. I'm going to use a little bit of curry powder. So I've got some organic curry powder going here. Oh, it smells good. Oh, man, that's delicious. You don't want to overdo on the curry powder because it can be overpowering and it can be bitter. So you just want to make sure that you just sprinkle enough. And then I've got some onion powder just for that added onion flavor to it. And because I like a little bit of heat, I'm going to go ahead and put some of this 6 pepper in. And basically it has red peppers, green peppers, and all the peppers just kind of mushed together. So I'm going to add a little bit of that to just give it a little bit. It won't be too hot, but it will be able to bring out those flavors. And then I've got some Mrs. Dash here. I use salt-free Mrs. Dash for a lot of my recipes. And then I've got some organic turmeric here. Turmeric is very good for you. It's good for your blood pressure. It's good for just overall very, very good for you. So I'm going to put a little bit of turmeric in. Oop, here we go. Maybe put a little too much turmeric in. But that's okay. It's all good. It's all good. I'm going to go ahead and mix that in. My son is asking me, what am I making? I'm making veggie burgers. Okay, so can you not put your phone in the middle of that? Okay, so I'm going to mix this all together with the seasonings. Smells good. This is going to be delicious. My pan is warming up and getting nice and hot. I'm going to turn up the fire just a little bit. Ooh, that smells so good. There we go. And I'm going to pour just a little bit of the olive oil. Go over that way, please. Thank you. I'm going to pour a little bit of the olive oil in.
How do you make turkey?
I'm sorry, avocado oil. I'm going to pour this in. Okay. Just a second here. I'm sorry, I had to ask my son to step down when he smells. He's been outside playing and jumping on the trampoline, and so he comes in and he's right at the counter, and I'm like, ugh, okay. But it's like, baby, you got to stand down when a mommy. Mommy's getting distracted. Okay, So my pan is warming up, and now I'm going to add a little bit of the flaxseed. Now, I didn't add this to the mixture because I didn't want to overdo it. So I'm just going to add a couple of scoops until I feel like the mixture is the consistency that it will be bound together when I make like a little patty or something like that. So I'm going to just add maybe a quarter of the mixture for now. By the way, my son said, "Oh, it just smells so good." So that's why he came peeking in here, because it really does smell delicious. These flavors are aromatic. And so even though it may not look like what you're accustomed to eating in terms of a veggie burger or in terms of any type of meat burger, it smells great. And I know that it can only taste delicious as well. So I'm going to add just a little bit more flaxseed to this because I need it to be a little bit thicker. And the flaxseed will start to thicken up the batter so that your burgers don't fall apart while they're cooking. Because who wants a crumbly burger? I don't. Yeah, I don't. Okay, and it's starting to thicken up. And I haven't added any black pepper, so I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of black pepper on top of this mixture here. There we go. Now, it's still not thick enough for me because it's falling too quickly off the spoon. Here's the test. If the mixture just kind of glops off of the spoon, it's not thick enough yet to really withstand cooking. So it looks like I am going to need to use all of my flaxseed mixture. So I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of that in there. And hopefully this will thicken it up enough. If you find that it is not to the consistency that you need in order to bind it together, you can go ahead and add some dry flaxseed to it. I usually just soak the flaxseed, and I do that because it absorbs the water and it becomes this like gel-like substance, which will usually bind a little bit faster. But it looks like I am going to need to put a little bit more of the dry flaxseed in, so I'm just going to grab that really quickly. And I've got my ground up organic flaxseed here, so I'm going to open this up and I'm going to pour a little bit of flaxseed in there. Ah, there we go. Okay, I'm going to turn the fire down now because I'm starting to, there we go. Starting to smell that. Okay, this is looking good. Now, there's a young budding chef who's trying different recipes that she finds on YouTube. So I just want to give a shout out to Mariah. Hi, Mariah. I hope you have an opportunity to share this recipe with your family. I understand that you love to cook and that you like finding new recipes and trying new things. So way to go. Okay, we are just about done with this. I'm going to form this into a patty, and I'm going to go ahead and put them in the oven, not in the oven, on the skillet, and then I'll come back and show you the finished products. Okay, I'm going to pause now. Okay, I'm back. Now, I've got an adjustment to make to this recipe. Originally, I told you that the flaxseed should be enough to bind it to a great consistency. Well, I was finding that I was having a little bit of trouble with the flaxseed binding it. Maybe I didn't add enough. So what I did was I used my gluten-free oats that I have here. And so I blended just a little bit of the gluten-free oats. And so now I've got a thick consistency. As you can see, it's a little bit different and it holds a little bit longer on the spoon, which means that it is going to fry much better than without. I did fry a couple of them with just the flaxseed just to see, and they were very mushy. They did not hold together. So I did find, while I'm glad to be able to use the flaxseed, and I will continue to add the flaxseed for nutritional value, but I will add the oats for binding from now on. So I've got at least maybe, I've made 4 burgers, no, 6 burgers, including the ones that were just with the flaxseed. And so I've got plenty more left here that can be stored in the refrigerator because it's not meat. It can be stored probably up to 3 or 4 days without going bad. And I would store this in an airtight container, and this way I can have some ready-made veggie burgers to be able to just fry up really quickly. Now I'm going to show you quickly what I made. I'll send this down just a little bit here, or maybe not. It's not working the way I want to. Okay, so I'm trying to show you what I'm trying to show you. Here it is what I've made. And so this is the veggie burger. And I'm not sure if you can tell, but as you can tell, it does have a great color to it. It has edges, and it's not flimsy. See, I can lift it up without it falling completely apart. And so this is what the consistency that you want. This will fit on a bun. This will go great in on a piece of bread or something like that. But because I am also gluten-free, I don't eat bread. I'm not supposed to anyway. And so what I have here is just a little side salad with a half of an avocado that I'm going to season up with a little rice vinegar and some pepper and a little bit of avocado oil. And I'm going to top my burger with spicy mustard because I love spicy mustard on burgers. So if I were having this on a bun, I would certainly have it with some spicy mustard. So I'm going to definitely put my mustard. And because mustard is low carb, actually it's no carb because I'm also watching my carbs. So I've got a lot of things going on here. I'm not having pasta. Let me put this up so you can see. I am avoiding pasta. I'm avoiding, what else? Breads, cakes, those types of things. I'm trying to completely detox my system from sugar. I love sugar. Okay, I really do love sugar. I love my baked goods. I love my cookies, love my chips, love my little salty things. So I'm just finding new ways to get those, cravings. So here is my finished plate, and I am going to enjoy. I'm going to taste this. I did taste it while it was, I did taste one of the other burgers. The one with just the flaxseed. It still had a very great taste. It just did not hold together. It was just this big lumpy mess. My son ended up eating it because he was like, "Oh, this is good." He can taste the onions in it, which is one of the reasons why I did not blend the onions with the batter in the beginning. I put the onions at the end because that's what you would do in a regular burger. You would have those big chunks of onions that you can bite into. And so he looked for those types of things when he has a burger. Which isn't often, but I used to make turkey burgers a lot. So I'm going to try this here. Mmm, love it. This is good. And not just because I made it, and not just because it has to be. This is good. If you didn't know that it didn't have meat, you probably wouldn't know the difference. The oats add a great texture to it. So it's got that texture that your tongue is accustomed to when you have meat, that almost gritty, not gritty, but I don't know, substance is not melting in your mouth completely. There's something to chew, right? So this is good. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll try to make more. But thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe for more videos. If you have a comment or a question about something that I've used today, or if you have a suggestion, please shoot me a comment in the comment section and I'll answer you right away. All right, be blessed. Have a good day. Bye-bye.